All right. Good day, everyone. It's CJ, and we are live. I want to welcome to everyone to another edition of Rogue 420. And I'm very excited about today's guest. Now, today's guests are two industry leaders when it comes to hemp, and obviously with the recent legislation, all the great things that are happening in regards to hemp. This is perfect timing for this interview. So let's jump right into it. So welcome, Brandon and Jessica, with their hemp economic tour. So welcome, you guys.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to jump right into it because there's lots of information to share in regards to exciting things that are happening. Brandon, your company is Blue Circle Development. So why don't you share a little bit more about your company, please?
Cool. We're a small, kind of investment and holding firm in Colorado. It was in hemp. We, invested in some genetics. We invested in farming for the last couple of years. We invested in some, retail distribution of hemp. And so we're coming to Indiana right now to, share a little bit of our experiences and knowledge with our community and the people from here, and work with Jessica from India, as I got started in Indiana a few years ago, before when the Farm Bill came about.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And then also, Jessica, you do a lot with your organization. Why don't you share about your work and what you do to help grow awareness and advocacy for hemp in Indiana?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so I am Executive Director of Indiana Hemp Industries Association. We are a nonprofit trade organization that is a state chapter of the HIA. Although we're a state chapter, we're very autonomous in everything we do.
Great.
Everyone from businesses to individual advocates, legislatures have gotten involved to learn more. We cover a lot of ground here in Indiana, but part of what we do is we bring education to Hoosiers about hemp, and we promote products that are quality and up to standard. This is an exciting thing. We just recently were able to expand with two of our sister organizations. So INHIA can be considered the education, advocacy, grassroots, and promotional arm. And our other two sister organizations are, one is the Midwest Hemp Council, and that is everything policy in regards to industrial hemp in Indiana. And the other organization that we work with is the Indiana Farmers Union Hemp Chapter. And they represent everything farming and are there only for the farmers. So we're really excited that we have grown to the point where we can expand into this 3-tier approach for the state and secure a legal, expanded, commercialized industry.
Yeah, and I'm very excited as well. And I've had the privilege of meeting you before and attending a meeting and learning everything that your organization is doing. And I'm very excited about what Brandon is bringing here with his company to Indiana, because there's a lot of exciting events that are going to be happening the next several days. So let's jump right into it, because I believe this kicks off tomorrow, Thursday, June 27th, with it's called the Hemp Economic Disruption Tour. And I'm sorry, tomorrow, June 28th. We're beginning with a hemp dinner. Is that correct?
Yes. So INHIA is very thankful to be included in on this and to be a part of this tour. There are multiple organizations that are involved that are making this tour happen, and we're really excited to have a leader in the industry like Brandon come to our state, and we can, hopefully engage our grassroots to learn a little more from what Brandon has to say. But I'll let him speak a little more to the event tomorrow night and some things he plans to cover with the event.
Oh, thanks, Jessica, and thanks for having us on the show. Yeah, the tour, with the term hemp economic disruption really comes about as Indiana's embarking on maybe a new generation of farming and development, and hemp seems to be in that landscape. The potential to really make a difference and change things or disrupt, however you want to use the term, is here for the good, and for a long and for quite a while. You're going to be able to do a lot of different things with this plant that people haven't been able to do in a long time. So it should drive entrepreneurship and innovation for some time to come. And so hopefully, the dinner tomorrow really will be just showcasing, the foods that we in the Evo hemp, line up, from the flower to and the seed and the oil and some CBD products. And so we use some local chefs and have it at a local farm just outside of Kokomo, Indiana. And so I think around 50 people are going to show up or should be there. And so it'll really just kind of get a dialogue going around what we can do with this plant more than what most people realize, and what are we doing right now? What's currently available on the market, and what can you get and use and consume today, and grown in the United States, just a few states over. That's and we could be doing that here.
Right, absolutely. And Brandon, I've had the honor and privilege of interviewing you before, and in fact, you were my very first interview on Rogue 420 several months ago, and I was very excited about all the things related to hemp. And you're exactly right. From the educational standpoint, there's so much more to learn to consumers about hemp. Whether it's textiles, whether it's agriculture, whether it's the medicinal, the CBD, all the great things that are happening in the industry. And it's perfect timing for you to be doing this tour, in part because we're witnessing now Mitch McConnell, who's leading the front to advocate for a national hemp bill. And if that's achieved, you're going to talk about I want to call it almost like a revolution of hemp across the United States. And it's very exciting time for that. So if you wouldn't mind, Brandon, can you talk a little bit about like your company and some of the different various industries that you're helping related to hemp, please?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've helped a diverse group of companies in the past, and now we're helping a lot of companies, going forward. We try to be, as a development company, so we can consult and advise things from, hemp building materials to different research projects and farming, to right now we're working with companies. That's just the case in Northeast, to develop some processing facilities that would utilize the plant in several ways, from not just medicinal, but you can utilize the rest of the biomass in different fashions, from whether that's in creating new cigarette type products or paper type products for rolling papers or whatever you may want to do, to using that herd for building materials and other stuff. So but in the past I used to work for a company called Just Biofiber. We advise them, and they make some of the better building materials in my mind still, with getting past international building code and earthquake resistance and these type of things. So I was always tell people, advise to look into those if they're trying to build with something. But currently, with the bill coming forward, most people are looking at medicinal side of hemp, to be honest with you, and looking at the economics that are driven behind that. And so a lot of people are looking at how to get into the genetics and the development and processing for these type of applications.
Absolutely. So tomorrow night's dinner, as it relates to hemp infused products and so forth, so it's going to be a fun dinner. Again, that's at the Thistle Rock Farm. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if I want to attend that, how should I get involved? How can I participate for the events?
I believe there's a Facebook, and Jessica might be able to address what Facebook is, better than I can. But for a Facebook page and then an Eventbrite, that would allow you to get tickets for the event tomorrow. You do have to sign up for that. You can't just show up, because the chef has to know how many people to cook for before they get there and all that kind of stuff. But there will be events throughout the week, from Bloomington, Indiana on Saturday, and then back to Kokomo on Sunday, and Fort Wayne on Monday, and then ending in Indianapolis on Tuesday. So there will be events covering the state that you can participate in throughout.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exciting. So it looks like on June the 30th, there's going to be a meet and greet in Bloomington, Indiana. So that'll be exciting. So what kind of activities will partake there in Bloomington?
There'll be a few vendors and some tastings of different products, especially I know the Evo products, and then some other vendors will be there. Jessica might be able to speak to who they are, and then here will have a presence. And then I know New Belgium Beer will have a presence at some of the events with their new Emperor Ale, which I think is exciting for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Right. Go ahead, Jessica.
we're really excited to have the event at Farm Bloomington Restaurant. That's part of the exciting way that we could welcome Brandon here to Indiana is INHA has chosen a few venues that we've worked with before that are huge supporters of hemp. So one of those that we coordinated was at Farm Bloomington Restaurant. Chef Daniel Orr is absolutely incredible. He's a wonderful supporter of hemp in Indiana, and we have had, I think, 2 or 3 really successful events there so far, just as INHA not teamed up with anybody. So we thought it would be a wonderful fit. He's a genius at working with hemp foods and incorporating them in a really fun way. So we're very excited to be welcomed back there and to have everybody sit down in a wonderful atmosphere, enjoy a meal, and actually get their hands on some hemp products. It'll be really great.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And then it looks like this coming Sunday, I may have skipped one date that's listed on the calendar because I shifted screens a little bit. So why don't you take us through? So after Bloomington, where does the tour head next?
Well, Sunday, I think it's July 1st, right? That would be in Kokomo, Indiana at the 325 North Main Street. On the 3rd floor of the building, there's a ballroom there that's been, kind of remodeled. It's an old Independent Order of Oddfellows, I think they were called. Pretty cool space, and so we'll have several vendors there again, and very similar to the Bloomington event, but not at a bar or not at a restaurant. We'll just be at a kind of private venue.
Sure.
But we'll have so we'll have educational booths and product samplings and and products, there'll be products for sale as well, for people that if they're interested in learning about these things or taking some home, they can always do that.
Yeah, I really like how you're taking it throughout the state. So Southern Indiana, the northern part, and it looks like you're going to hit the Northeast corridor on July the 2nd in Fort Wayne. Is that correct?
Yes. At, what was it called? Three Rivers Brewery, I believe.
Yes.
Awesome. That's great. And then it looks like you'll be back here in Indianapolis. And I believe, Jessica, that's one of the events where I met you at I can't remember. Yeah. What's the name of the brewery there that's on?
It's Center Point Brewing Company. That is yet again another venue that has done events for INHIA that we have organized ourselves. So we're really excited to be welcomed back and to be amongst friends who are there to educate the public. Center Point Brewing Company is absolutely fantastic. Even if it's not for a hemp event, I encourage anyone to stop by and enjoy some of their brews. They're really incredible.
That's awesome. That's great. So again, to learn about all the events,
afterwards they'll have a hemp beer, right?
Yes.
Nice. That's great. That's great. So again, I mean, just great events. You both are going to be extremely busy. You guys are going to be ready for a vacation after this coming week. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun though. So again, for our listeners, you can learn about all the events at the Blue Circle Development Facebook page. And then also, before I forget, make sure the Indiana Hemp Industries Association Facebook page, as well as their website. Again, just some support. And I also want to dial back a little bit too. So any closing thoughts? I'm going to start with Brandon, you first, regarding the events. What would you like people to know about the events or takeaways? I want to just kind of open the floor to both of you. So Brandon, you go first.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, yeah, the idea just, you know, come to me is just, you know, trying a little bit, just come on out, you know, enjoy, you know, in this industry and learn from other people that are curious, and learn from people who are entrepreneurial, and you know, and the state is about to make a big change and get involved. You're already seeing private farmers. I believe this is the first year, right, Jessica, where private farmers are growing in Indiana outside of Purdue University. So it's starting to already move in that direction, and so I think now's a good time to educate yourself and then position yourself to figure out what you want to do in the industry, and move forward. It's quite exciting, actually.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is very exciting. Jessica, also please share about how people can learn more about the organization, Indiana Hemp Industries Association, and then also kind of similar to what Brendan covered about the events as well, and what you'd like people to learn.
Right. So if you want to get involved, we are very active on our social media channels. Finding INHIA on Facebook is a wonderful way to connect with us and the grassroots supporters that we have. Also visit inhia.org. That will bring you to a wealth of information that we can provide. We send a lot of email updates, especially call to actions legislatively. And, you know, we're really excited to be able to have our sister organizations, Midwest Hemp Council and Indiana Farmers Union Hemp Chapter, now working in tandem with us to really facilitate the needs for the growing interest here within the state of Indiana. So, you know, Brandon bringing his wealth of knowledge and expertise all the way from Colorado and global experience here to Indiana, and allowing INHIA to partner with him to, you know, help get the word out. I think this is something that we're going to see a lot of. And I think a lot of global leaders will be looking to the Midwest to do things like this, to educate the community, kind of put their feelers out and see who's interested within the state. And INHIA is so excited to, you know, really be a focal point and a leader in facilitating all of those things wherever we can, because our biggest work, it's our farmers and our retailers, the people who will grow this, the people who will get it out to the public, and then organizations like ours that can do the best we can to connect all of those dots. So it's an exciting time for us. It's a busy time filled with growth, but we're thrilled. We're so happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. That's great. And I'm not sure, I don't think you can see it or not, but I did show some love. I do have my hemp t-shirt on, so I'll raise it.
As well.
Yeah, I did wear it. I specifically, I like, you know what? I need to go grab that t-shirt and put it on for this interview. So I did that, Jessica, just for you.
Shameless plug. If anybody has seen the hemp cursive t-shirts or any of the hemp t-shirts going around Indiana, you can go to inhia.org, and we have those for sale on our website now. So all of the proceeds go to a wonderful cause, which is our nonprofit. So if you're interested in getting a cool hemp t-shirt, you can go there and purchase online now.
There's no reason that you should be plugging. That's absolutely great. So, and again, just want to
unshameful plug.
Well, I want to thank you both for being on today. I know it was last minute. And when I started learning and reading more about the Hemp Economic Disruption Tour, wanted to help get the word out. So for our fans, our listeners, Rogue 420, Rogue Money, please make sure to share this. And then also within your community and your states, you know, we do have a very large audience that is in Black Global as well. So make sure to share this interview. Make sure to pay attention in your communities. And Jessica, real quick, as far as, you know, Blue Circle Development, they're based out of Colorado. Is that correct, Brandon?
Yeah, we do work all over, though. I mean, in many places and a few countries, you know.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions in terms of your area, make sure to stay tuned. Blue Circle Development. Jessica and Brandon, I want to thank you both very much for a great interview. Make sure to check out these events. Again, you can go to Blue Circle's Facebook page, and then also the Indiana Hemp Industries Association Facebook page or their website as well. So thank you so much, both of you, for being on, and appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Thank you.